I'm Paul Casey. I'm City Administrator, and I welcome you to our first ever virtual ribbon cutting. We're excited to be here and to celebrate these two bridge projects and appreciate you participating today. First off, thank you to our partners, especially our residents, for all of your support for these critical infrastructure projects and working with us through the construction phases. Really appreciate your cooperation in that regard. Many community members and organizations participated in the development of these projects. The projects were vetted through various public meetings and the city's Architectural Board of Review, design review and approval process. They helped with the selection of the channel wall treatments and the intricate details of the bridge, including the types and color of the railings, the fence, barrier rails, pedestrian lights that are installed as part of the project. Make these really great architectural assets to the community that we can all appreciate and enjoy for years to come. Outside agency project partners have also been really great to work with, and they include the Santa Barbara County Flood Control District, Caltrans, and the Santa Barbara County Association of Governments. A special thank you to the Highway Bridge Program that's administered by Caltrans. It provided the funding for these important projects. Over 90%, I believe, of the funding came from the bridge projects, from the bridge program. And the city received approximately $13.2 million in total grant funds to design and construct both of these bridges. Both bridges were determined to be structurally deficient based on routine inspections by Caltrans, and therefore they qualified for a complete bridge replacement under the program. Again, thank you for attending this virtual ribbon cutting. We really appreciate it. And at this point, I would like to introduce Councilmember Alejandra Gutierrez, who will provide a little more background information on the Quinientos Bridge. Thank you.
We can't hear you.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul, and members of the public. Special thanks to the Eastside neighborhoods for their patience and cooperation during this one-year-long construction project. The Quinientos Bridge was originally constructed in 1930. It was 36 feet long and 30 feet wide, and it was quite difficult to navigate through. The bridge was straight, but was located on a curve in the roadway, which limited the sight distance for drivers to put one of the crosswalks on Canada Street in a blind spot. The old bridge had narrow sidewalks and didn't provide enough room for vehicles and cyclists to comfortably cross the bridge at the same time. The new bridge is about 45 feet long and 52 feet wide, which provides 6 foot wide shoulder of bicyclists to use a 6.5 foot wide sidewalk along both sides of the pedestrians. It not only provides better sight distance for drivers, but this new bridge is designed to meet current standards of the city, state, and federal standards. The project also includes new pavement, curbs, gutters, street lights, handicap ramps, and concrete sidewalks, improvements adjacent to the replacement bridge, which really includes all of the safety elements to make this corridor safe for all users. The creek banks were revegetated with local native riparian species, including plantings in all areas disturbed by the construction activities. Creek restoration was also an important feature for this project. The total project cost, design, construct this project was $6.1 million. About $5 million was for construction, and the project was nearly entirely granted funded. This is such an important project for the Eastside neighborhood, and we appreciate all of the hard work that went to it. Now I would like to introduce Mr. Ken Young, who will provide more details about the construction.
Ken, you need to turn on your camera, please.
Good morning, everyone. All clear, right, Rochelle? I am Ken Young, this construction management and construction of the Quinientos Street Bridge. Before construction even begins, you have about 8 years worth of design and planning. A lot of that happened here in this room that I'm talking to you today from. When this project comes to us, when it started just about over a year ago, we were given a lot of time constraints to be within the creek window to construct and then get out of the bridge, creek. One of the interesting things that has happened on this bridge is we had a bunch of birds that decided to nest under the bridge right about the time that we wanted to construct the bridge. So we had to delay the project by a few weeks to go ahead and hit that window. There's lots of different issues that go into the design, but the person that served the longest on this project would be Tom Conti from Bengal Engineering. He started about 9-10 years ago on planning and design of the project, and him and MD worked on design and planning. And then we had David Black, who was also a landscape architect, and he put the plans together, worked with a bunch of the regulatory agencies to make sure that the plans would be established and they were correct for the environment. One individual I worked very hard on this project with the neighbors was Marianne Wetzel from Real Property. She spent years on coordinating with the neighbors on the right-of-way issues and construction easements, which takes a lot of time. I know Kathleen Kennedy also worked very hard on this project. She was as an associate planner. She allowed us to go through all the different committees to get this project approved. Eric Goodall handed the project off to me. He was one who made the final touches on bids and specs and got them to me. And that would be, he inherited the project actually from Jim Colton and John Owaziak, who spent the many years in the planning phase. In construction, we had Lash Construction. Jim Lash, Brendan McNamara, and Hector Hernandez worked very hard on working and getting this project going during construction with all our tribulation that we had. They did a very excellent job and everything pretty much ran up on time. We got a lot of help from Philippine Engineering, who was our structural representative. That would be Matt Davis. And he had 3 inspectors who worked on this job from the beginning to the end. That would have been Marco, Jerry Missamore, and Raul Estrada. Also, to verify that we were making all the compliance with the regulatory agencies was Stephanie Lopez and Julie Love from Rincon Consultants. They did a very excellent job. At your time that there was an unknown, we would call them up and say, hey, what is it okay for us to trim the tree here? Is our red-legged frog, is it where it needs to be? On city staff, there's a few people that need to be recognized. That would be Ruby and Sarah Isa, helped us with all the permit requirements. And then also Alex and Regina worked in the construction management side and got things going with typing minutes and coordination efforts. At this time, we also like to make a specific thanks to the East Side neighborhood and Caltrans local assistants, Heidi Borders and Leaf Corlell, and they did a wonderful job. Thank you guys for participating in this unconventional ribbon cutting, and go check out the bridge to be in the outdoors. And then good luck to all of you. And at this time, I would like to introduce Councilmember Megan Harmon.
Thank you so much, Ken, and thanks to all of you for being here. It is a little bit different, as Ken said, for us to be doing a ribbon cutting virtually, but I'm so excited that we are still taking the time to celebrate these kinds of projects, because this is really the heart of what we do at the city, and it's what makes our community so awesome. Our commitment to keeping everything looking good, and most importantly, keeping it safe for our neighbors. So on that note, I'm going to start by thanking our downtown residents and the downtown neighbors of the De La Guerra Bridge. I actually live in that neighborhood myself, so I totally understand the level of patience and cooperation that was required from the surrounding neighbors to get through this project. But it's certainly all worth it now when we see the incredible craftsmanship of the bridge. It's made a huge difference in our neighborhood. both in terms of safety and in terms of aesthetic. It looks awesome. So I know we're all so grateful and really excited about it. So I want to just share a few details with all of you about the De La Guerra Street Bridge. It was originally built in 1914. It was 31 feet long and approximately 60 feet wide. I'm told that the deck was severely deteriorated, and that's why we qualified for the funding and for a complete replacement. So it's good we did this project when we did. The new bridge is 61 feet long and 55 feet wide. So that's large enough to carry at least 3,400 cubic feet per second of design flow of Mission Creek. I don't really know what that means, but I'm told it's a very good thing. The completion of this bridge not only fulfills the transportation safety elements, but it also fulfills the intent of the Lower Mission Creek Flood Control Project, which has been a really cool joint effort between the city, county flood control, and U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. And the purpose of that is to make sure that we have flood reduction along Lower Mission Creek so that all of us that live in the surrounding neighborhoods can stay safe in the event of a flood. So what this actually means sort of tangibly is that the project is to widen the Lower Mission Creek channel, and that increases flow flood capacity. So what that means is flooding will be reduced and property damage to the surrounding areas will be reduced as well. And it gives us the opportunity to rehab the creek as well as to make specific habitat enhancements, which is really important to us as a community. You know, we are certainly concerned with property damage and we want to keep everyone safe, but we also want to care for our environment and make sure we really think about how we're sharing this earth and do what we can to protect our natural habitats as well. This effort is really cool. It spans approximately 1.3 miles of Lower Mission Creek, and it starts from Cabrillo Boulevard and goes all the way to Canon Perdido Street. We at the city, along with the county, are committed to moving forward with completing the design and construction of the project with grants and local funds in affordable increments of work. Progress has really been made. I'm really excited to say that this is actually the 7th bridge replacement as a part of that whole effort since 2011. That's a really big deal. The bridges that have been replaced so far include Haley, Ortega, Chapala, Coda, Mason, Cabrillo, and now the De La Guerra Street Bridge. The county's also completed a number of channel reach widening projects, and they continue to make good progress as well. They also have plans to construct and widen portions of the channel reach just north of Highway 101 to the upstream end of the Gutierrez Street Bridge next summer. So we really look forward to that. I just will close by thanking everyone who was involved in this project, city staff, construction, design. It really was a team effort. Thank you to the neighbors who were so cooperative and patient. This is a win for those of us that live downtown. It's really something to be celebrated, and I'm so happy that we're taking the time to do that today. Now, I'd like to introduce the construction manager, Laura Yanez, who's going to give you all a few more details about the De La Guerra Street Bridge.
Thank you, Councilmember Harmon. Good morning. It is with great pleasure that we meet today for this virtual ribbon cutting for the De La Guerra Street Bridge project. It is also National Engineers Week, so definitely a great week to celebrate the accomplishment of the Public Works Department. This project came to fruition thanks to the hard work and collaboration of many. The 5-year design project led by Jim Colton, the city's project manager, and Drake Haglin and Associates, the prime design consultant, had a number of challenges to overcome. From coordinating with multiple utility companies in order to achieve the necessary utility relocations, to finding the way to save an existing 100-year-old sycamore tree that is an icon to the neighborhood. The team worked with the city's Creeks Division in order to incorporate stormwater treatment, as well as with county flood control in order to accommodate future widening of Mission Creek. Planning staff assisted with obtaining CEQA clearance and navigating the design review process. The Architectural Board of Review, as well as the neighbors, worked closely with the team to ensure the project was also aesthetically pleasing and the right fit for the neighborhood. Real property staff worked with each of the property owners adjacent to the bridge in order to obtain temporary construction easements, and Caltrans, the state oversight agency, provided NEPA clearance, approvals of the structure design, and authorized the various funding phases. As you can see, not only do you need a bridge designer, but also the coordination and collaboration of many during the design phase of a project. Finally, in 2019, with our contractor Granite Construction and Philippine Engineering as a construction management consultant, we were finally ready to break ground, not only to be halted by yet another hummingbird, not the same one from Quinientos Street Bridge, but likely its distant relative. This hummingbird decided to make its nest under the bridge deck that was about to be demolished, and after approximately 3 weeks, gave birth to 2 baby hummingbirds, which are almost a year old now, so happy early birthday to the hummingbirds. Construction was completed in approximately 10 months for a total construction cost of about $7.2 million. Like design, construction had its own complexities as well. Not only did the contractor have to work around the sycamore tree that had to be protected in place, but they also had a relatively small work site, which made constructing the 16 cast and drill hole piles very challenging. Despite all the challenges, Granite and Philippine Engineering were able to put the puzzle pieces together and complete the project ahead of schedule. So I'd like to thank the residents of the Guerra Street Bridge and the surrounding neighborhood for all of their patience in dealing with the constant disruption over the past year. I'd like to specifically thank Ruth, Andy, John, and the residents of the De La Guerra Square Association, as their homes were directly adjacent to the corners of the bridge and construction was basically in their front lawn. I'd also like to thank Craig Drake and Stacy Randall with Drake Hagelin and Associates, as well as Vanetta and Associates for designing the project. Thank you to Veronica McHugh, Martin Nunez, and Lupe from Granite Construction. Thank you to Rosie Thompson and Hannah Donaghy from Carno, who provided environmental monitoring throughout the project. And thank you to Kelly Wheeler, Raul Estrada, and Fernando Perez for managing the construction on behalf of the city day in and day out. Thank you to Leif Kohler and Heidi Borders with Caltrans Local Assistance. And finally, thank you to the City of Santa Barbara in-house staff, Brian Damore, John Owaziak, Pat Kelly, Derek Bailey, Ashley Shue, Alex Ubaldo, David Thornburg, Jessica Grant, Rob Dayton, Kathy Kennedy, and Ruby Rajbanshi, who all helped deliver this project. I am very proud to have been a part of the project and look forward to driving over the De La Guerra Street Bridge for many years to come. And now I'd like to introduce Mayor Kathy Murillo.
Thank you, Ms. Yanez, and thank you for everyone for attending the ribbon cutting in celebration of these wonderful projects. And I can only echo the suggestion of anyone watching this to please drive by, go check out the new bridges. Beautiful, there's trees, it's natural, it's beautiful. And of course, we love our residents who live in the area and put up with the construction all this time. So both bridge replacements truly improve neighborhood livability by addressing pedestrian and traffic safety issues and the barriers that were there for the residents. These projects are so important to the community, especially in each of these neighborhoods in the East Side and downtown, where we have one of the highest concentrations of pedestrian activity and bicycle commuters in the city. So the need for safe infrastructure is critical. Thank you to the County of Santa Barbara for working with us on this joint effort to reduce flooding and provide creek rehabilitation. These projects fulfill elements of the city's adopted pedestrian master plan and bicycle master plan, which encourage more people to walk and ride bikes in the neighborhoods. We look forward to completing more of these safety projects in our city. Another project we anticipate is the Las Positas and Modoc Road multi-use path project, and we may break ground on that this summer. So that's a teaser for you. Las Positas and Modoc is another important upcoming construction project that is mostly funded by active transportation program grant funds. So that's state funding. Today we celebrate beautiful new bridges on our east side and our downtown. And now we have an informative and entertaining video of our virtual ribbon cutting. Roll the video, please.
For those joining us with your cell phones, please turn on your audio, or if you're joining us from a computer, make sure your audio is on. We do have some great music playing in the background, and take it away. Maybe taking a moment to load. All right, it looked like it has frozen on us. I apologize. We will put it on our website for all of you to see. I will see though, Tony, I know you are on. Do you have access to play that really quickly? If not, again, we'll put this on our website and send everybody the YouTube link to watch our beautiful video.
It is with great pride in our Creeks Division, our Public Works Department, our East Side community, and everyone who lives here in the Quinientos Street area that I cut this ribbon today, celebrating the opening of this new beautiful bridge. 3, 2, 1. Yay! it's with great pride that I cut this ribbon today. This project protects the environment, improves water conveyance, and it really graces this beautiful downtown neighborhood. So on the count of three. So 3, 2, 1. Yay!
Well, thank you everybody for attending our first ever virtual ribbon cutting. And thank you, Mayor Murillo and all of the council members, Councilmember Alejandro Gutierrez, Councilmember Megan Harmon, and our wonderful city staff, and most importantly, all of our residents in the community and those of you that have been able to attend our first ever virtual ribbon cutting. So thank you so much. We will be sending out media information as well to those interested in having that content for later. And with that, I'll pass it on to Mayor Maria. Final words.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that someone mentioned Public Works Week, and Councilmember Harmon is exactly correct that municipal government, we are about streets and bridges and drinking water and of course police and fire and everything else that we do, but we're so proud today and we look forward to getting back to normal. And the city is operating, we're operating well, we're serving our constituents, and we look forward to our next project completion. And thanks staff for being so creative with this presentation. And with that, I'll close this event and wish everybody a good day. Goodbye.